see where he is.
We are, yes. Oh, we're hot. We're talking about a pursuit out here. Sorry about that. We were entertaining the folks on the internet. You can see it right there, southbound 405. We're in the Palms area. Pursuit. This started. Well, it didn't start in Ventura. Well, it kind of started in Ventura. Let's get into it right now. That vehicle stolen from the Ventura area was out here in the Van Nuys area just moments ago. California Highway Patrol got behind it, ran the plate, was like, hey, that's coming up stolen. They turned on their lights and sirens, and the driver of this vehicle said, you know what, I just am not going to stop right now. I'm just going to keep going. And that's what was happening. We made our way through the Sepulveda Pass. There was a lot of traffic out there, but the officers from the California Highway Patrol, lights and sirens, kind of almost helped the situation because it kind of moved all the vehicles out of the way. Now, I did hear them talk about that they were requesting a unit, meaning a vehicle or an officer. Whoop, there, what are we doing there? What was that? What was there? Was it somebody doing a spike? Oh, they were doing a spike strip. Very clever, very, very clever. I turned down the scanner to talk to you guys. But at any rate, that's what that little swerve was right there. But they did ask for a unit that has less than lethal on board, meaning maybe they're going to thinking they might have to, it might turn into a standoff, or maybe they're thinking this person is going to run. But they did request that. I thought that was a little unusual. You can see it right there. We're continuing on. Speeds are basically pursuit speeds right now. We haven't seen anything dramatic except for that one attempt to throw those spike strips out. You got to give California Highway Patrol props. They are doing what they can to bring this thing to a stop. But lights and sirens, that's all they can provide right now. Getting into a little traffic, southbound 405 coming up to the 10. I'm sure everybody at the station knows this area and understands what they're getting into.
Oh, a spike strip on the freeway.
That's kind of rare to do, right?
That's a tough move.
I haven't seen one of those.
Here it goes again.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And what you were talking about there, that was pretty clever. I didn't see him. There was a little turnout right there when we went wide. I did see him real quick, and that was very, very clever. It didn't work, though. That driver probably saw that officer jumping out there with to toss out the spike strip, so they did not hit that van. Speeds are still about 50 miles an hour. We're getting a little bit more agitated. You can kind of see that steering wheel getting yanked back and forth, probably a little bit because of that traffic that's going on right there as well. Now, California Highway Patrol, there's a number of officers behind them, but they are kind of limited. I mean, what can they do? If it was very, very dangerous, possibly do a pit maneuver. We have seen it on the freeway, but at 50 miles an hour plus with other vehicles around, probably not going to do that. We saw that one attempt at a spike strip. Will they try it again? I'm sure if the opportunity arises, it will. You know, why wouldn't they, right? But right now, the pursuit continues. We're southbound on that 405, and we're coming up on the 10. I was kind of almost hoping that he would get onto the 10 freeway, maybe make his way over to the shoreline, but now I look out the window, shoreline is really covered with fog because we're going to be getting over here into the LAX area shortly. It might be a little bit difficult to follow him from the helicopter. On the ground, though, they're going to continue on, and we'll see where he goes. But right now, getting back into a little bit of traffic. As far as the public goes, they are pretty safe out there right now. California Highway Patrol, lights and sirens, keeping everybody aware of what's going on.
Well, good thing there's not more traffic, but in a way it is slowing down, it looks like, because of the little bit of traffic there is right there. But clearly, we're going to be watching this for a while as it continues to go on the 405. It's interesting choice of the stolen vehicle, too.
You know, a lot of times I've said that out loud many, many times. Is like, why or who would steal that? A lot of times it might just be one of those, it might be a family member's vehicle, or a family member reported a vehicle stolen. Might have been a crime of opportunities. Maybe somebody left the keys in it. We never really find out, but I know that those are reasons, or those are what we've heard in the past, how those vehicles got taken. Speeds right now, you can see them getting back up into the 70s, just a little faster than what's going on. I have a feeling that if California Highway Patrol wasn't there with their lights and sirens, sirens, maybe a lot of these other vehicles would be going about that fast as well. I can tell you for a fact, Skyfox about 2,500 feet right now, and I can tell you Dylan is talking to LAX, trying to set up our transition to get across to the other side of LAX. We're going to be able, I'm thinking we're going to be able to keep an eye on it as long as he doesn't get off the freeway. But again, you know, you got to hand it to the California Highway Patrol. How do they bring this thing to an end? How do they stop this? How do they keep everybody safe? And right now, the answer is basically lights and sirens. Stay behind that vehicle and kind of watch and wait. Hopefully that driver will make a wiser decision. I mean, clearly he's been making a couple of bad ones to get him into the situation that he's in right now. So maybe there might be some better ones in his near future here. And one of them might be, you know what, I'm just going to pull over. We're going to bring this thing to an end. I made a mistake, whatever it may be. But right now, we're continuing on. We're making our way southbound on the 405. The big plus right now, speeds about 80 miles an hour. At least they're not in the triple digits. And of course, California Highway Patrol, they've got the job to do. They want to get this guy into custody.
So, Stu, we were talking about the spike strip that they attempted to do on this vehicle. That is rare to see on a freeway. I don't recall ever really witnessing something like that. And the success of doing that on a freeway, it doesn't seem like that would have panned out. It would have been surprising had that worked, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
I give him a little bit credit. He was in that like a little turnout area right there by the carpool, and I think he kind of had to get into that carpool to jump out. And I would almost venture to say his other officer buddies probably were blocking the carpool, so it was safe for him. As far as it being safe for the suspect, I think it would have been fine if he would have hit those spike strips, would have taken him out. We've all seen it in the past. It isn't like in the movies where the tires explode and the car loses control. That really doesn't ever happen. Those things, the spike strips are designed to let the air out of the tires very slowly. Basically, think about a hollow nail, and they break off into the tire, so it just kind of lets the air out. So if it would have happened, I think it would have been a huge plus. And we don't know the mindset behind it. The only thing we know right now is stolen vehicle. And if it is just a straight stolen vehicle, chances are when that van stops driving, that driver will basically give up as well. But again, who knows? Maybe the thief that took this vehicle, or the driver behind the wheel, maybe there's other things involved there as well. Maybe there's other wants or other warrants that we just are not privy to, that maybe the Sheriff's Department out in Ventura passed along to the California Highway Patrol, because they are staying with it, even though it pretty much, and I say it like that, is just, I'm doing the air quotes, just a stolen vehicle. A lot of other agencies, Sheriff's Department, they will weigh the odds and say, you know what, it's basically just a stolen vehicle. We'll let it go. When the guy gives it up or gal gives it up, we'll pick it up on the side of the road, and it'll be an impound and get back to the owner. But California Highway Patrol, they're staying with it, and they did ask for less than lethal weapons to be in one of the lead vehicles in the pursuit, which also to me is like, maybe there's something else going on here. Maybe they are, they have something on the driver of the car that makes this a little bit more enticing.
I will say that it looks like, whoever's driving this car is keeping their speed relatively low. Maybe it's because of the nature of the car they're driving, but it doesn't necessarily seem this person is driving erratically or recklessly. I hope I didn't jinx that.
Yeah, I don't think you can jinx it. I just say that out loud. But really, truly, I believe that the lights and sirens from the officers, because they're going full code 3. I'm sure anybody in Los Angeles knows what that means. So that thing is going off, wah, 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 wah. So everybody in the area knows that there is law enforcement coming. I can tell you that California Highway Patrol was getting the help from LAPD's helicopter. LAPD's helicopter didn't bail out, but basically didn't make the transition, and now the Sheriff's Department is going to be joining it. California Highway Patrol, they have their own helicopters, but they've got a large area and not that many helicopters. maybe one of them is going to be heading out here shortly, but just getting a wider shot, going to see what's going on up there. Skyfox climbing down out of the stratosphere because we are on the other side of LAX, so we're going to get better shots of the chase. But right now, just kind of continuing on out here. South, it says so right there. We're in the Inglewood area, back in the carpool lane. So, you know what, if there's another California Highway Patrol that might be able to throw the spike strips, maybe it's going to happen. Maybe we're going to see it here in just a little bit.
Yeah, entering the South Bay area there, Stu. Obviously, you mentioned this started in the Ventura County area with Ventura sheriffs starting this pursuit. Oh, and a little bit of traffic here, so we'll see if there's going to be kind of a pit maneuver or something that the Black and White can do regarding this situation. But clearly, they're sticking with it. There you see a deputy right there. Let's see what happens.
It's going to be a heck of a throw. If he makes that, he show up. Oh no! So this guy, look at this. He knows what's going on. He definitely knows what is going on. Yeah, you know, I was going to say, if he was going to make that throw, he's got another career in his future when he retires. At any rate, continuing on, but take a look at that. They stopped the freeway on the northbound 405 just so that officer could do that. That is, it kind of shows you. It just makes me think there's something else here.
Yeah, I was going to say, to stop all lanes of traffic going in that direction, to put down a spike strip, and then also to advise the use of non-lethal weapons. This does seem all too unusual, right, for a pursuit?
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of little moving parts that are going on. That's just gonna, it smells fishy, you know. Yeah, I don't think this is just a straight stolen vehicle, and it just keeps, you know, and it's just moving along. Was wondering there for a second. I was actually checking my phone. Is like the freeway is kind of empty again. I'm not sure if this is just the way it is out here, or possibly they're blocking some on ramps. But the idea that they would do a pit at 80 miles an hour, I find that very, very hard to believe. That van would probably start tumbling. It would be a big problem. So they're just going to stay with it right there. And also, we haven't seen them switch it out. I think that this is the same unit that's picked it up originally in the West Valley area, southbound on the 405, right around Victories, when Melissa at the assignment desk, you know, basically said, go there instead of what you're doing. And we've been watching it pretty much ever since, and that vehicle has been the same one behind it. So they're not even switching out, and a lot of times they do when they start getting through different divisions. Again, we're going to keep with it. We're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to figure out what's going on. But again, right now, public safety, definitely number one for law enforcement. They're going to do what they can to bring this thing to a stop. The plus side, like we've all been watching, is at least the speeds are reasonable. I mean, it is a little faster than what they should be driving on the freeway, but let's be honest, everybody that's watching has probably gone that fast on the freeway on their own.
Stu, I don't know if you mentioned this earlier on when we first joined the coverage, but do we know if there's anyone else in that vehicle?
You know, that was one of my questions out loud when we first got here. You know, it is a minivan. You can kind of maybe see a little bit in the back there, the light coming through, but I can't make out anybody else. It doesn't look like there's anybody in the passenger seat, that's for sure. And as far as the driver, I still really haven't gotten a good look. I was trying to look earlier on, and the best I could come up with, I think it is just a big guy. That's about the best way I can describe it. Seems to like be a large male in the front seat of that driving the van. But as far as what's going on in the back, the light plays tricks on your eyes. It's like you see something right there and you're like, is that a lap? Is that a child? But I really just think it is something that's right there by the window that you can kind of see through the tint.
Right, you hope not it's a child, but clearly given it's a minivan, you wonder if there are other people in there or maybe car seats, right? But hopefully it's just that driver right there. And thankfully, as Jen was mentioning, we don't see too much of erratic driving or high speeds.
Those windows
at this point.
Very tinted.
They are.
Very, very tinted. I don't even know if it's legal to be tinted to that degree, but it's hard to make out.
Or it could be the angle.
Maybe
Yeah,
the light.
Actually, his window does look like it's cracked a little bit in the front, right?
It
It's
is
rolled down
cracked.
a little bit.
Definitely down a little bit. Yeah, getting a little fresh air, you know,
and I
going
see the
out for a
hands there.
drive.
Well, his hands are on the 9s and
Yeah.
3s.
Yeah, driving cautiously and safely.
Driving cautiously, and you know what? Now, again, it's like what can you tell from somebody's arms? You know, now I'm thinking maybe it's a woman driver. I have yet to hear them make a call on the scanner. Sometimes they'll give the description of the driver, but it does seem like there was a nice metal suitcase or a briefcase on the passenger side, maybe a Halliburton. But at any rate, it does seem like there is something on the passenger seat. I'm hoping it's just a thing and not a weapon or anything like that. And again, the California Highway Patrol not giving up and this pursuit continuing. And clearly, the 405 seems to be the freeway of choice. We've had many opportunities to transition to other freeways, haven't taken one. And officers from California Highway Patrol in trail. But again, are they trying to make a plan? I think they are. Let's see if it's gonna happen. But again, 2 attempts for spike strips from the carpool lane, and two swings, 2 misses. Maybe the last one will be the one that connects.
Yeah, you wonder where the destination is ultimately going to be for this driver as he makes his way, or the driver makes its way south on the 405, clearly bypassing the South Bay, now going into Carson, and then options of freeways, you know, heading into Orange County, Long Beach area, you name it. There are a lot of options, even San Diego. So hopefully it'll come to an end before that point.
Or runs out of gas.
Yeah. But thankfully, the traffic is light.
Definitely light traffic. It's always, you know what? It's always pursuit light when there's something like this going on as far as traffic goes. And the California Highway Patrol, I can pretty much tell you, when they start their tour of duty, as it would be, when they get out on the road, they have a full tank of gas. And you know what? That's pretty interesting. If this was taken out of the Ventura area, we didn't get a time. It wasn't like it was taken this afternoon or yesterday, but it makes you think also, how much gas does this person have? Possibly, we see that very common also. The vehicle just kind of gives up before the driver does. Right now, though, still staying at 70-something. I don't think they set the cruise control because
I don't even know if they have cruise control in the car.
Oh, I would venture to say a stylish minivan like that for the family, they've got cruise control. But at any rate, we'll see what's going on. Again, the lights and sirens are on. You can see that there are other vehicles in front of that car, and basically are continuing the pace. You can see it. Other ones, you can see the brake lights coming on, probably because they're hearing the lights and sirens. So they're like, oh, okay, let me get out of the way, like this little guy right there. I'm sure that's what was going on.
This driver has come close to a couple cars that I've been able to see. So thankfully, everyone's paying attention.
Just doing that. Yeah, doing the maybe a little bit of intimidation. You know what? Hey, here I come, and I've got somebody behind me that wants everybody to move out of the way. At any rate, hopefully this is just going to end very peacefully. Hopefully nobody gets hurt, no bent metal or anything like that. But right now we're continuing on, and we're making really, really good time as we're getting. I'm looking out the window right now, and we're getting into the Long Beach area here before we know it. So it is definitely moving, and the 710 is going to be the next freeway of choice or is it it is the 710. So lots of choices. 405 South has been what it's been the entire time. A destination that there's always that big question mark. Everybody always asks, well, do you think they're going? Do you think they have I have no information on that at all. It might just be convenient. Maybe if the traffic got bad enough, they'll say, oh, let me get off the freeway. But right now, the roads are wide open. The drive seems to be good for that fleeing suspect. And California Highway Patrol, they're in tow. And they're working some other plans. There might be something coming up here. And they might be making maybe another attempt to try to bring this to an end.
Yeah, the freeway, we keep mentioning how it's wide open, and we're hearing that the 405 is wide open all the way to San Diego. So if this vehicle doesn't run out of gas and nothing goes wrong with the vehicle itself, it could potentially take us into San Diego.
Definitely the 405 to San Diego. I have yet to take a pursuit to San Diego. Today might be the day. But right now, we're keeping an eye on this vehicle right here. We're just taking advantage of being on the other side. But again, that tint's so dark on that minivan, I cannot make out anything inside that car. We are also staying up at a higher altitude again, probably because we're getting close to Long Beach Airport. Maybe we'll be able to drop down here in a little bit, but you know, I promise I won't lose the car. Just kind of showing off Skyfox for a little bit. I mean, this is pretty much the reality where we are, trying to keep an eye on what's going on down there. And it mostly it is because of the airports. Usually we are a lot lower than this, but of course we give priority or give way to any of the law enforcement aircraft that are over these chases. They have the #1, and we do what they tell us. But right now it's basically just a watch and follow type of deal. This is just moving along. California Highway Patrol, there they are. Same guy from the Valley. No, it's not. They have switched it out. They definitely have switched it out. Now it's a cruiser.
Yeah.
So they did drop out. So you know, we'll keep an eye on it. But where he's going, what's going to happen, I'm hoping it's just going to be a peaceful ending, and it just comes to an end. And if this person has wants or warrants, hopefully they'll get all that sorted out. If it's something else, I definitely hope that person will get the help that they need, or the counseling to get them through whatever crisis they're dealing with.
That cruiser seems to be getting closer, but still keeping quite a bit of distance.
You know, I always kind of wonder if they have like a certain cushion that they deal with, or if it has something to do with the speed. I'd love to sit down with California Highway Patrol and talk about some of their protocols, some of their how they do things. There we go. That was the other attempt that I was hearing about.
Wow.
And you can see he never even never left his hands.
Yeah.
The vehicle's going to continue on. Yeah, definitely. So that's 3 swings, 3 misses, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to. Maybe we're going with Pee Wee League. Maybe there's going to be another opportunity here shortly. But I can say that just from their attitude, or the way they're driving, and especially earlier on, it definitely looked like that officer wanted to do a pit maneuver on the 405 when we were still in the Valley. Never did, probably because the situation just wasn't right for it. But it definitely seems like they want to bring this to, they're trying to bring the vehicle to a stop, maybe not so much because it's stolen, but maybe more because of information they may or may not have about the driver.
That's right, because they're certainly not giving up, and this is quite a while and distance for them to keep pursuing a stolen vehicle suspect like this, and attempting to pit 3 times now on a freeway, which is very, very difficult to maneuver and to do. But they're not letting up. They're not giving up on this suspect, and this is quite a pursuit.
Okay. You know, the one thing that with the vehicles and things, you know, they will be able to. We're getting more into traffic, and this is what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if they really get into traffic, they're not going to do anything with the public around there. There's no doubt about that. But you know, but if they have the opportunity, if something arises, like if that guy got out of the way quick enough and they had an opportunity, I'm sure they would at least try to bring this to an end quickly. You know, I was getting a question about how long Skyfox can stay up in the air. We are usually, the rule of thumb is about is about 2 hours. You know, Skyfox can stay in the air for right about 2 hours. Anything over that, we need to start, you know, at least be near an airport or have airport nearby or fuel nearby. I'm trying to push in to see what's in that passenger seat. Definitely not a person.
I don't see any
movement. And now
movement
I'm wondering
there.
if it is a silver case. Yeah, not at all. And now we're coming to a little bit of a stop again, and I think that's because of traffic. But, you know, this car just continues to get lucky breaks, and the lucky breaks are going to lead to what? You know, where is this going to end? The California Highway Patrol is not just going to throw their hands up and say, we'll just let you go. We'll get you some other day, especially with what they got going on right now. They are going to keep with it. And also the curiosity about what the original want is really starting to pique my interest as well. Mm-hmm. And again, I hope that this ends well for all parties involved. And as far as the California Highway Patrol goes, these guys, you know, you watch these things and you think, oh, you know what, that'd be so cool to be an officer and chase a bad guy. You know, it's a job, and it's a very serious job, and it has a lot of responsibilities. Pretty much that officer is responsible for everybody's well-being that's around him, and that includes that suspect. And it is a difficult job indeed. But right now, continuing southbound on that 405, we're getting into the OC for sure. Garden Grove's where we're at, and they're not slowing down, and the suspect not slowing down as well, but also not driving erratically, which is a huge plus.
So we've been on this pursuit now for about, 20 minutes? Do you know what time it actually began? I know the original want was for a stolen vehicle, but what time did it start? And it was in Ventura, correct?
Well, when the California Highway Patrol picked it up, I don't know. And the vehicle was stolen out of the Ventura area. So that doesn't mean they were chasing it from Ventura. It was seen on the 405 in the North Hills area. That's where the law enforcement originally, as far as we know, California Highway Patrol turned on their lights and sirens, and that pursuit started. And they stayed with it the entire time. As far as the time, I actually really think it was right about 11:11, and anybody that plays that game, you know, the angel numbers, that's the reason why I know it, because I saw it on my phone when we were starting up. So right around 11:11 is when Skyfox was made aware, and we joined or got in the air to go to the pursuit. So it's coming up on an hour. And the chase continues. But again, you know, if that thing has a full tank of gas, even a half a tank of gas, they're going to be in it for the duration.
Yeah.
And also, is it a destination? Maybe this person is trying to get somewhere.
And you wonder what that person, the driver, is doing. In this day and age, you can listen to the radio and hear what you know, people are saying about this pursuit.
Yeah.
They could be streaming us on their phone and listening to us as we describe this pursuit as well. So we definitely don't give out tactical movements of law enforcement officials as they try to put an end to this, but clearly they have some kind of idea, if they wanted, to listen to our broadcast, to listen to other news stations as they cover this pursuit and make sure that the public is aware of what's going on. But as we do that, the driver can listen as well.
You know, we've been covering pursuits for a really, really long time, and early on, I actually got all caps messages about, you know, giving away the secrets, you know, from viewers. And you know what? I'm not saying that it's not true, but and I would and almost would be honored if they'd be listening to us right now and listening. But the reality is there's a huge delay, and I would venture to say anybody that's behind the wheel of a fleeing vehicle, they are doing other things other than listening to a broadcast, trying to get ideas or information about what we are hearing and possibly talking about. I do guard my words. You know, when they talk about spike strips, I won't say exactly where. I'll say something might be happening, things like that. Just you know, just so everybody knows we're all on the same page. You know, Skyfox is just here to watch, but that has has happened in the past. I find it, if you can hear a little bit of a glee in my voice, I always find it amusing that that there's even the idea that that person is down there listening to us right now as they are fleeing from law enforcement for whatever that reason may be. The California Highway Patrol, though, we definitely went through another division as we watched that swap out. You got another cruiser there, but the pursuit continues, and the reason why is really, like I said, I'm kind of curious. In the end, everybody has all the agencies have different pursuit policies. I'd love to sit down and pick the brain of a California Highway Patrol guy one day and just be like, you know, because you were asking about the cushion. Is there a cushion? Does it change? Like, if the guy's going 100 miles an hour, are we 5 car lengths opposed to when they're going 30, we're like half a car length? I'm really curious about all that information that goes into it, and there is. That's what I'm always trying to say. This guy, just driving, you know, running from their demons. This guy or gal is
Aren't we all
highly trained, very busy right now. Yes, in a way we are, right? We're running from our demons.
Getting existential.
But this guy or gal in there making, you know, busy. This person is busy, head on a swivel, keeping an eye on what's going on, making radio calls, passing along information, getting information if there's information being passed on to them. They are very, very busy in there, and that's, you know, what I think a lot of the public, they just kind of miss that. They miss that point. They just think it's, you know, 2 cars rolling down the freeway like it's Boss Hogg and the Duke boys. It is not like that in real life at all.
That's right. And interesting, this driver chose to obey the law and not go in the carpool lane.
That's so
here.
funny.
That and he's using his turn signal.
I was just thinking, like, I have to say, very controlled driver, right?
Now, we don't want to say responsible because he's absolutely not being responsible.
Right.
And by the way, sir, if you're listening to us on the Fox streaming app,
Yeah, just pull over.
on the Fox local app, please pull over.
Yes, just pull over. Just pull over, bring it to a stop. I mean, it's been entertaining, but you know what? We don't want to see anybody get hurt. Things can change so quickly.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm also thinking maybe it's a little calculated. Maybe because of the times they tossed out the spike strips, maybe this person is like, yeah, I'm not going to get close to that center wall because, you know, there could be a trap. Maybe I won't see the next one. Maybe the next guy is going to be crouched down and toss it out. So, you know, it might be more calculated than we're giving this person credit for. But right now, this, you know, the only thing we're giving this person credit for is, you know, driving pretty much in a straight line. Thank goodness hasn't hit anybody, and also keeping the speeds under control.
All right. Well, Stu, we certainly appreciate you and Skyfox, you know, following this pursuit. Thus far, thankfully, no one has gotten hurt, and hopefully that'll be the case. We'll see what gas or just the individual driving this vehicle decides to surrender to police. We are going to say thank you for joining us on GDLA Plus right now, and if you would like to continue to watch the pursuit, head over to our YouTube channel for Stu's coverage.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Christian, I wanted to do the split rocker. What is? It's okay. The YouTube folks know us. They know it. When they tune into me, they know what they're getting. Trust me. And what are we? They know. Well, they can't hear you. I wish they could, because I always kind of think, like, for people that just tune in for the first time. What up? Yes. Oh, okay. All right. But they don't hear me. So. But I appreciate it. Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you. So if you guys are just tuning in and the first time you're hearing my voice, first of all, my apologies. I am very nasally and annoying. Second of all, you know what? I am not up here by myself. I am the camera operator, a pilot. That's going to be Dylan, is at the tiller of Skyfox. And there are other voices in my head that are not medically, there's no prescriptions to get rid of them because they are real. So every now and then if I go off on a tangent or I start talking about something else, it's probably because I got somebody else talking to me. You guys, definitely, you're my priority. You're in my heart. I want to give you guys all the information. And what can we tell you? Is there such thing as a lackluster pursuit? I wouldn't say lackluster, but I would definitely say this is definitely going to be slow moving. We've been following this thing for about an hour, almost an hour, following it out of the North Hills area. If you guys are local, I can tell you we're coming up on John Wayne Airport. Basically been on the 405 the entire time. California Highway Patrol, they've gone above and beyond. They really have to bring this thing to an end. We've seen them toss spike strips across many lanes trying to get some spike strips in front of that van. Are they going to pit it? Probably not at 70 miles an hour. I'm going to put that out there. What else is going on? What's up? Either that or we can switch to, you want to switch to saddle for a little bit? But if you want to do Santiago, yeah, but I know for a fact when we get past, I forgot what that, El Toro Y, we're gonna lose it, and we're gonna lose it hard. Yeah, call them and let's get Santiago because they want it. All right, just. Yeah, just wait, but let them know that we should get into Santiago sooner than later. Tell them it's at their convenience. Okay, copy all. So again, there you go. That's exactly what I was talking about. Us YouTuber folks. Yeah, I wasn't just having a conversation with myself, and what we were talking about was microwave, and we're not making popcorn either. It's how we get the signal from the helicopter to a mountaintop and from the mountaintop into the internet so you guys can watch it on television or on your YouTube right now. And mountaintops are, there's different mountaintops. Santiago is a mountaintop out here in Orange County. And if we continue south into Orange County, if we're going to Mexico, we are definitely going to need Santiago, and we might actually even have to make some other calls to San Diego licensed areas, that because it gets into, believe me, it gets complicated. Dylan's working as we are very close to John Wayne Airport, Pilgrim. And I believe they have aircraft on approach, so we are a little bit as we're going around and above what's landing at John Wayne. The pursuit, where were we? What were we talking about? Yeah, picked it up in the North Hills area, basically got on the southbound 405, continued on. Ventura is where the vehicle was stolen from. That doesn't mean it was being chased from Ventura. Somebody spotted it, ran the plate, came up as stolen, lights and sirens came on, and the pursuit was on. They have been treating this kind of with kid gloves, and now that we're on the YouTube and on the internet, I feel like we can talk a little bit more freely about the possibilities of what might be going on with that driver. Again, I have not heard anybody say on the scanner, and even if I did, then I would have to prerequisite that with, well, we heard unofficially there might be fill in the blank. But there could be something else going on here, meaning maybe this person is disturbed. I'm trying to think of a polite word to say, not in the best frame of mind. You guys can fill in the blanks. It might not be just a straight stolen. And the reason why I say that is because of the way they've been treating it, the fact that they haven't backed off, the fact that they have thrown spike strips across, across the center divider trying to stop it, the fact that they asked for less than lethal weapons to be on scene when this comes to an end. It makes me just think that there is more to this than this is more than just the average pursuit. That all being said, that also, we've seen a lot of these in the past. It's never quote unquote funny. We try to just observe and make comments about what's going on. In this case, it's very little. We saw one hard swerve, and that was when the first spike strips were tossed out. Other than that, we've been in the carpool lane. Speeds have been in the 70, touching on the 80s at any kind of point. And Rob, I love you, brother. We've just been rolling along. I don't think that's cruise control, just because the numbers do fluctuate enough, and somebody might say maybe it's your speed thing in Skyfox. I believe in fluctuation, but not that great. I think our stuff is a little bit more solid. Where are we going? What's going to happen? That is the big question. You might lose our picture here for a moment or two. I beg you, I plead. I can't bribe. But if you do lose us for a moment or two, I venture to say we will be back pretty quickly, because I might have to switch mountaintops. And I'm going to hold it off just because this is the first time I've seen that vehicle change lane. Oh, well, they're going back. They're going back. So we might be changing mountaintops here. There might be a little bit of an overlap. There might be a glitch. It's not the Matrix, I can assure you. It's real life. This is now. This is happening now. Let me make some calls. Let's see what we can do. Skyfox, TOC. Do you want to reach out to our CBS KCAL brethren, or should I? Yeah, let's go ahead before we get too far south, because we've been here in the past and it just goes. All right, we're going to be 5 center into saddle, and I'll call you on the radio. Hopefully you can hear me with the back arrow. Santiago. Here it comes. We're in the 57257. I don't know if I should give out the source, but the question is, are they late to soccer or late picking up their kids from soccer? That is the question right now. That is the question. But I told you we'd come back. I don't know why you didn't trust me. Just a little trust, people. Just a little trust. You know what? I'm gonna make this thing come to an end. You know how I'm gonna do that? I'm gonna look at this guy for a little bit, and when I start looking for this guy, then something's gonna happen to the van. I don't see any 6.7s on any of the roofs of the cars. Oh, there's a 6 and a 7. I mean, it's not next to each other. Well, 8's infinity. Let's see, maybe the last one. Hey, Dylan, is that our shadow? Oh, it's California Highway Patrol. 82. They're on purple? Man, I'm telling you, this is the day we go to San Diego. Go, call Long Rifle. Give them a call. Tell them we're coming through. Tell them they got to stop the live fire operations. Fox is coming. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because, yeah, the military shut down because nobody's getting paid. Hey, look, a fire truck. Whoa, did the fire truck try to pit him? That would have been cool. That would have been cool. That would have been worth the price of admission. So I found out that I joined Verizon like 1 year after they opened. And I don't believe it. 12-12, everybody, make a wish. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I thought I was with them from the get-go. But then I Googled it, and I found out that LA Cellular, because I'm pretty sure I was LA Cellular, became AT&T. I know people are like, aren't we supposed to be talking about a pursuit? So what do you guys think? Do you think that, you know what? Let me see if I can follow along with you guys. Wouldn't that be fun? You think that's a guy or a gal? Fox Live, CHP Pursuit. I think that's it. I wonder if there's a bad for your mental health, good for your mental health. Okay, let's skip the ads. Yes, I have to watch the ads also. You guys should be really impressed with my camera skills. This is left-handed, by the way. I got the phone in my right hand. We've got about eight people watching. Eight and a third persons watching. You think it's a big dude? I think it's a big dude too. I think it is too. But see, the issue is like, you know, when it comes to an end, and then it's like, you know, a woman, and you're just like, you know what? I should have known. I should have known the group was going to go that way. I should have stayed away from that. Yes, I do believe. You know, I don't have 100% information on that about the mental issue. I don't. I can't say that for sure. But just the way the pieces of the puzzle are coming together. But the whole stolen part kind of throws it out. It's like, well, okay, how did it, unless it was stolen from a family member. So, you know, Aunt so-and-so's having a bad day. Pardon me? They switched to green? We're in the green. You know, having a bad day, she took, you know, Auntie's minivan, and, you know, we reported it stolen. That, you know, I mean, yeah, is it possible? Heck yeah. You know, did I just make that up? Yes, I did. So, you know, we just don't know. And I can also say, for me, you know, I hopefully I'm never going to go through what this person is going through. If it is that, then, you know, a nice drive usually clears my head. I usually don't have the California Highway Patrol in tow, though. But at any rate, we're continuing. We got to bump it up a little bit. Sorry. I mean, you know, I know they actually, the number they threw out was 26. Okay, thank you. What happened? We got, the mountaintop was lower than, or there was a hillside between us and the mountaintop. We should be back. Wow, we got a lot of black. That's sad. We're not gone. We're coming back. Just breathe. My goodness. Are you sure we're back, Kevin? Because it still looks dark on the YouTubes. Really? The YouTube's still dark. Darkness. Oh. One, two, three, saddle. Told you. Just a little love, man. Just a little love. Just a little love. I'm looking at the clouds, though. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I'd throw in an extra 20 to go to San Diego. There's no doubt about that. But we'll see. What? Little bit. I saw that too. I have a feeling they're probably running out of gas. Running out of gas. Breaking news. I don't think so. Are we speeding up? Yeah, she's looking around. She's looking around. Don't don't do something stupid on television. Don't ruin the minivan. You think? Could be. Could be. Right? Oh, man. Could you imagine? I hope there's no kids in that thing. That would change everything. Yeah. So this is what I've learned in the past. We got long rifle coming up, but before long rifle, we might lose our signal. But I hope they let us stay for a little bit, because the CHP that works over here, San Juan, that's like over south of San Juan, they are like Ventura. They are a little bit cowboyish. And they might box us in. They might do something. They might bring it to an end before we get the long rifle. Yeah, she's speeding up. She's definitely speeding up. If you guys are just joining us, hopefully you worked through those moments of darkness with us, and now we're back. We're back on pursuit out of the stolen vehicle out of Ventura. Pursuit started in the North Hills area. If you guys don't live out here, these are just words. Let me thumb it up for you. Far away, very, very far away. We've been driving for almost flying. They've been driving. We've been flying for almost 90 minutes. Southbound on the 405. The vehicle, like when they tried to stop it, was south on the 405, up in the valley. Now we are south coast is the technical area where we're at. But we're headed down to San Juan Capistrano, Dana Beach, down in that area. The CHP down there. A little aggressive, as they should be. You know, I mean, I'm not putting the other officers down. It's just different policies in different areas. I've seen them in the past bring pursuits to a stop. This one, 80 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour, this might be a little bit more difficult. And also there seems to be some component to this chase that just doesn't mesh. A stolen vehicle is what it originally was wanted for, but they made comments about, make sure you have, the lead vehicle has less than lethal on board. I've seen them try to use spike strips, tossing them out across across the freeway to try to bring this thing to a stop. With somebody was in my ear just moments ago, said, maybe this is some sort of custody case and there might be children in there. That, really would change things up dramatically. I hope that's not what this is. I definitely hope that is not what this is. Would explain the safer driving, but also, you got to know they're not going to stop. They're not, law enforcement isn't just going to be like, oh, well, let's just let them go to Mexico. And also, I can tell you the border probably not as welcoming as you might think. So, at any rate, I don't think it makes any difference. If you approach the border at 80 miles an hour, not stopping, they're going to have an issue. There is a spot over here also where they do the inspections, and they might be able to corral the traffic or stop the traffic. I've seen that in the past as well. I don't know. Somebody's asking me if it is a female. I do not know. I do not know. I thought it was. How old is she? I don't know. What state is she trying to drive to? State of sanity. We're going. We might be. We might be. We are not in. We are in the Bell 407. If you guys are following us like that, we are definitely in the 47. We are not low on gas. The chopper. We are good. We are solid. Yeah. We're good. We're good. I'd love to get fuel in San Diego because I've never done that. You're definitely going to keep you posted. I don't know what happened to the picture. Let me see. Maybe the picture's back. No, it is back. Silly phone. The weather. You don't really want me to do a weather report, do you? You don't want me to do that. If they're, yeah, praying, exactly. I'm just scrolling through there. You said praying. Yes, I am praying as well. I am praying as well that there are no children inside that van at all. We're in a 407, a Bell 407. All right, let me get back to work. I love reading your comments. I do this. I do this for you guys. I do. I mean, I get a paycheck also, but believe me when I say I do it for you. I think we're slowing down a little bit because the pilots and all the gaggle of helicopters are making calls right now because we definitely are getting closer and closer to Camp Pendleton. Also, I'm looking a little bit farther down, and we are gonna run out of roadway. Like right here, it gets a little sketchy, but it'll pop back out. A little farther down, not so much. It makes a turn right into it, and then it's done. Can we find it? Can we find it? Did we lose it? Oh, Stu, you lost it. You lost it. You suck as a cameraman. Oh, there it is. So anyway, yeah, there's a little spot right there, but I can tell you we probably got another, I don't know. Yeah. So about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes of actual, this is what's going on time. And where are we? Oh, we're at the nuclear plant? Okay. Now I might have really lost it. That's not it, Stu. That's a different one. No, that's it. Yeah, I think a little bit more cowboy-esque California Highway Patrol. I think we went through their hood. So I don't know. This is upsetting. You think I might be being dramatic? I'm not a reality star. I genuinely am like, oh, come on. We put all this time into it. And I really want to know. I'm giving heads up to anybody that might be taking our feed for legit reasons. Well, it's all legit, but for airing, I'm just letting you guys know that we are running out of visible roadway. What are you talking about, Mr. Cracker? We are. That's who we are. Who hired Stu? That's the question. What do you mean hired? Well, we're going to actually have to watch the news later to find out what happened, because I'm sure this is going to come to an end in San Diego. And I hope nobody gets hurt. I don't understand, though, why she sped up. Wait. What's going on there? Still, it was just a lane change. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's why. Yeah, sometimes they close it down right there and kind of force everybody into that area. I was kind of hoping they were going to do something like that. I guess not. Lawnmower fan. That was a genuine compliment. Thank you, man. No, the base is pretty much it's like an airport. It's like you can transition across it, but you cannot loiter. You cannot just go and do as you like. I keep looking, she's getting a little bit more agitated, which I'm thinking, maybe she's getting panicky because she's running out of gas. I mean, going faster isn't going to get you really any farther, I don't think. I think they did a whole Top Gear about that. Like, if I drive faster because I'm going faster for a shorter amount of time opposed to driving slower and conserving fuel for a longer amount of time. Where did all the cars go? Okay, whenever that happens, I always wonder if, like, CHP's got some sort of plan. But definitely running out of, we're running out of roadway here. If it was nighttime, I'd probably be able to find it easier. I'd get away from the car and just show you what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. You want me to? Do you want me to try it, or do you just want to track us out of out? I mean, I can switch it. I can switch it, and if you and which one, O1 or O2? Do you know? O2. Here it comes. Better or worse? Cool. We're not going to be able to follow much. Well, now I'm starting to wonder. Because when the angle we had earlier, it was like a sharp turn and went under the clouds, but now as we're getting closer, it looks like we might be able to follow for a little bit. But I don't know if we're going to be able to, like, when we start getting into San Diego, isn't it licensing issues we got to talk about too? All right. Are they launching our evil twin, our doppelganger? Yeah. Are those F-16s? No. Oh. There's some big helicopters down there. Like some big helicopters. Yes. You know, if I could do it again, I would be tempted to join the military just to be able to play with some of those toys. Ugh. Stu, stop looking out the window. You've got a job to do. You know, I just got to say, whoever's doing this live, like straight through, I almost kind of want to listen to what could you possibly have left to talk about? Road maintenance? What kind of tires do they have? When was the last time you think she had her brakes checked? Did she go to AMCO before she hit the road? We are like at 3,000. How high are we? 30. We're almost 4,000 feet above this. Oh, 2.7. So we're almost 3,000 feet above it. Yeah. Oh, come on. I want to. I want to look at the amphibious hovercraft. Don't do that to me. Please don't have kids in the van, and please don't do anything where everybody just goes, oh, what are we doing now? What is this all about? Oh, another spike strip. There is nobody around, and this person is using the blinker. I'm sorry. That kind of courtesy, that kind of safety, that makes me think female kids in the car. Oh my goodness. I'm getting updates on other people's fuel. Well, like what they have left for fuel. Yeah, I can still hear you. Loud and clear. It actually is really good. I'm impressed. That wasn't the one we just did? Because we just did one. Okay, because I'm telling you, the San Juan Capistrano guys on the south end, they are relentless. They're like the Ventura County guys. They'll box her in. Well, we can get fuel somewhere down here, but what do we got for fuel? We got about 45 minutes. And if somebody's going to say, well, why do you have such good... We have been up well at altitude, and we've been at a very low power setting because we're just cruising. But we got about 40 to 45 minutes of fuel left. Skyfox Thrifty. Really, we're going to lose it, or does it skirt the clouds? Ugh. Yeah, this is the area. This is I didn't see this from the distance. This is the area. I'm trying to switch to the green. Now all of a sudden I want to listen, just in case they do something. I guess they can't be. Come on, lock up. There it is. Southbound 5 through Mission. I hear them loud and clear, and they're actually on the teal once again. Started on the teal in the valley, and now we're on the teal in Oceanside. And approaching Oceanside. What's going to happen at Oceanside, kids? What's going to happen at Oceanside? Traffic. Telling you, these guys do not play. There we go. Oh, so close. So close. No, I thought maybe the tires were going down. San Diego's setting up. San Diego is starting to set up for spike strips as well. I love that. And they're not going anywhere. Right? I'm sure you're listening to the same thing. They're talking about San Diego supervisors. You think we can pick it up again, right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we can still see it. But that's the thing. It's like, right? Well, that's what I'm saying. Is I'm going to have to actually use the tech in here and listen to the scanner and just kind of follow along because if we lose it, underneath the clouds, but it's going to come back. Or maybe I can just get lucky and track it. San Diego's going to take it over. Not the news. Uh-oh, did we lose the IFB? No, we didn't lose the IFB. I was going to say we should do news down here. The radios sound better down here than they do up in... Zap. Poinsettia Avara Parkway. It's beautiful down here. Like, what is that guy doing in the carpool lane? 55. No! What are we supposed to do? Okay, you want me to put it in there, Santiago? Okay. Yeah, and the weather is moving slightly. I mean, it's not going to be super easy, but we'll keep it up as long as we can. How many times have I said that? Is that ours? Yeah, I think they can. I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to stay with it, but what's this guy doing? There's always somebody that's got to show off. There's always a rooster in the hen house. Anyway. So I'm just kind of curious. Do we have enough fuel to get back to, or are we going to keep going forward? We could. Well, we can't until we do the handshake. I still am kind of grumpy because we've got no completion. You know what I mean? Those guys. So the rumor mill has it that there's another ship that looks like ours, sounds like ours, but is not ours, that's heading north to join us. Well, yeah, aren't they coming to join us? The San Diego ship. Oh. Oh, really? Where? I want to see it. No, they don't have an O2? True. Somebody should try to tell the pilot in the Long Ranger from CBS KCAL, the Fox ship, to get a hold of us on fingers. 23.5, 123.5, 22.85, 22.85. That's my final offer. 22.85. So today's not the day that I'm going to get fuel in San Diego. I hear the popcorn down here is really, really good. That's fingers, Morris, but that's not what they wanted to use. Is that a city ahead of us? It's pretty cool. Santiago? All right, I'll put it into Santiago. I'm doing it right now. Waypoint. Oh, shucks. Let me stay with this guy. I'm working on it, working on it, working on it, working on it, working on it. KCal's got us. Copy all. Wow, it is so nice down here. Are we in Poway yet? I hope they brought snacks. Could you imagine if we just watched this SUV drive into Mexico? You got this, man. You got this. You got this. Well, that's fine. I'm good. Well, we'll figure it out. So, you know, I mean, you know, we might be new here, but we're not new, you know. We land at the wrong place, we'll pick it up and go someplace else. Nobody's got a hold of you from the 206, huh? That's sad. So antisocial. You think you live in this paradise, you just be a nice person. I mean, you don't have to be grumpy. Yeah, but they're not talking to us. We don't know their frequency, and I was trying to shout out our frequency for them, like just in case. That way they could call us. Something's happening. Dylan's doing something. All right. I was trying to get the, so we could talk to the other helicopter. We just switching sides, Dylan? No, it's good. It's good. It's good. I like the lighting over here. All right. No, I'm good. I'm good. They still have us, oddly enough. We got teamwork that's making the dream work. What airport is that? Okay. Never heard of it. I'm being serious. Is it military? Oh, okay. Wow. Look at all the Osprey. When we get back, I'm definitely going to look at that stuff. That is cool. Yes. They're here. You're breaking up, Melissa. The first time I'm having trouble hearing you. But I have the IFB. You can do the interrupt. And the Long Ranger is near us, yes. But they're not talking to us. I don't know. They don't have our frequency. Okay, never mind. I'm yes. We're getting fuel in San Diego today. First, it's a first. But I have a feeling the San Diego ship is probably going to be the one that's going to see what happens at the Mexico border. I don't know if we're going to be able to go that far. Dylan wants to do fancy flying, but we can't because of the microwave signal. Very fragile. Are we going off to the left? They're going to do another spike strip. They're getting ready right now. I don't know where they're at. There's got to be farther down. Whoever it is in position with the spike strip. Valley Ridge. This is going to be the spike strip that works. Tone stepped on you. I think Where the heck would they be doing a spike strip out here? You got 2 spike strips set up. They need to funnel it down or something to slow it up. There's no way. Hey Dylan, is there something blocking traffic up ahead?